this video, I'm gonna show you how to scale your e-commerce business to $100,000 a month consistently, or build a brand new e-commerce business to $100,000 a month consistently. This is something that I did. My name is Fred Sanders. I've built 3 of my own 7-figure businesses, and I currently help my students scale to $100,000 a month. And I'm not gonna be selling you anything in this video. I'm gonna walk you through actually 3 processes that you need inside of your business if you wanna scale to $100,000 a month. You need these in your business, so watch the full video, and we're gonna get right into it. I haven't always known how to be successful with e-commerce. I remember my first business that I ever started. I was working at Albertsons. I was 15 years old. I was pushing carts, and I would go home and I would set up my little drop shipping site, and then I would go back to work. And I remember my first sale that I ever got. I was literally stacking milk, and I heard my phone go ching. And I was really excited, and so I went back and I did the P&L and realized I was losing hundreds of dollars. You see, at the time, I was getting all the money from my job and just putting it right into my drop shipping business because I knew that's what I wanted to do. I never wanted a boss. So that business right there, the first one I ever started, I believe I was selling custom AirPod cases, failed miserably. I lost like $1,000, and that was my first experience with dropshipping, but I never quit. I just kept going. About my second, third, fourth were also failures. I just lost and just kept losing money, and just ended up losing thousands of dollars dropshipping. But just because my businesses were failing really didn't mean anything to me, because each time I was doing it, I was getting better and better. You know, first maybe I lost $1,000, but then the next time maybe it was like $750. And I knew I was learning each thing every time from each businesses. And one of the best businesses that I did when I took all these mistakes from my previous ventures and I got it right completely was Muscle Max. This brand did millions. You may have heard of it before, but this brand was the first one that I did correctly. And I used these 3 processes that I'm gonna talk about in this video, and I would have not been able to build that brand if I did not have those processes in that brand, Muscle Max. So let's talk about the first system or process, and I like to call this the validation method. So when I'm working with my clients and we're building them their 100K a month brands, we like to call them forever brands. We like to start with something called the validation system. So if you've ever seen any of my videos on Instagram, you would know that I really despise dropshipping, but it's not for the reasons you might think. Dropshipping as a whole is really good when you're first starting, and that's how we use it to leverage the validation system. But if you keep using dropshipping expecting to reach 100K a month or even 50K a month, it's gonna be really impossible. Logistically and just, you know, P&L backend, it's just very hard to do with dropshipping. So we stray away to actually build a real brand. But the validation system, what it is we're starting with a product that we believe is similar to a product we're passionate about. So let's say my name is Jay, for instance, and I'm really interested and passionate about fitness products, and they're telling me that. So I'm like, okay, Jay, we're gonna find a drop shipping product that's really similar to a fitness product that you wanna sell in the future. And we'll start drop shipping that product. So let's say Jay's really interested in selling a super custom push-up board. We're just gonna drop ship a little cheap push-up board from AliExpress. And the reason why we start drop shipping this product instead of just going out and building this super expensive custom product and then start doing it is because, you know, you go out and you spend thousands of dollars getting inventory and lots of your hours and time making this super custom product, but you don't necessarily know if it's gonna sell well or not. That's the thing about e-commerce. Something you think can sell well can just be a complete miss on the market. You kind of have to get some research on the market, and that's what I do with the drop shipping. Okay, so you have this passionate product that you think you're passionate about and you think will be a good winner. You go out, test a product that's similar, you get valuable market research, and we start taking notes and just tracking every single thing while we're doing this validation method. Things like the profitability of the product, what type of ad creatives work, what type of ad strategies work, what kind of website layouts, and just things that when we actually say, hey, this is a winning product, we take all that market research to the product that's similar, we make our custom product, and then we get away from the dropshipping model and we have all this research so that we can make a more informed decision with our money when we're talking about spending thousands of dollars and, you know, countless hours designing a super unique product that's completely unique to the market. We go in there with informed decisions, and we basically have like 90 to 100%, you know, just knowing, okay, this is gonna work even better now that it's unique. And that's what the validation method is. So after me and my clients run through the validation method that I was just talking about previously, we go into step 2, and that's forever branding. Now, forever branding is just making yourself completely unique to the market. As a drop shipper, selling the same product as 100 other people, 1,000 other people, you find your product can be found on Amazon. When a customer sees your ad pop up on their Instagram feed, or when you're running ads or whatever, they don't just buy it from you, they go straight to Amazon and buy it from Amazon. Or maybe they scroll down a little bit and then someone runs the same ad for the same product and they buy it from them. Basically what I'm saying is all these ad dollars that you're spending isn't necessarily being collected by you, because you have all these other sources that you're losing it to. All these leaks in your funnel is what I like to call it. So forever branding is just making yourself the complete dominant person inside of the market. We're just dominating the market, being completely unique. So after we know what our passion product is and we validated it, we start finding some scaled suppliers, people who can actually handle the inventory and people who are actually proven good suppliers. And we start making a custom product that the market has never seen, whether this is a complete improvement from the drop shipping product or just completely unique to the market. We start making a product that the market has never seen. And then while we're building this branded product for our customers, alongside of that, we're also establishing their brand, starting to identify the core values of the brand, the vision, where they see their brand going and how they want to communicate to their audience, what kind of color scheme and color science that they want to use for their brand, and what kind of overall message and goal they want to reach with their brand. We're making their website, match that same branded feel while also making sure it's optimized for conversions, of course, AOV, LTV, all those great things, making sure they have great branded packaging, the entire spiel of building an actual brand, the same thing you'll see from like Gymshark or Bloom or any of your favorite thing, or a Stanley Cup. When you buy a thing from Walmart, and we start creating a great foundation for their brand that's not only unique, it works well, it works and it's very optimized, but it has the potential to scale out to $100,000 a month or even more. And that's the forever brand system. Now this moves us on to the third process, last but definitely not least. I like to call it the Catalyst backend system. This is a process that you need inside of your business if you're doing any type of marketing or you're getting any type of traffic to your store. Typically at this stage, my clients are already kind of making sales. They've been through the validation process. They've been through the forever branding process. They're making a few sales. They're running ads, right? We need to make sure we're optimizing every single ounce and bit of traffic that's going to their store. And I like to look at this with the 3 key metrics inside of any Shopify store or any business in general. And it's C, A, and L. And I'm gonna walk you down what each of these means. C stands for conversion rate. I know probably someone on this video has brand ads and they get a bunch of visitors on their website. They get thousands of visitors on their website, but only like 10 or 20 people check out, or maybe not even that. They get a bunch of visitors and they can't seem to see why no one wants to convert. They go to their conversion rate and their conversion rate's less than like 5%, or it's 3%, 2%, 1%. I remember I had a brand that was getting so many visitors on my website. I would spend a bunch of money on paid ads and I was getting around 10K visitors a day, which sounds really, really great, but I was barely getting any single sales. My conversion rate was 0.005. So my business was super unprofitable. Although I was getting all these eyeballs on my website, which is what I thought I needed, I really actually needed to optimize for people who were gonna give me money. And that's what conversion rate is. When I was struggling with this super low conversion rate on my website, I knew if I just boosted it up to like 5% conversion rate, I would be making thousands and thousands of dollars, but I didn't know how. So I remember I would spend hours, day and night, just studying websites with good conversion rates until I figured out the one thing that they all had in common. And then I start applying that to every single website that I designed, every single time I ran my marketing. And I did that to the old brand that I was running, and my conversion rate shot up overnight and my sales started going crazy and my marketing started working way better and my business was way more profitable because of it. So that right there is conversion rate, which everyone knows is a make or break for your business. But this second one, most people don't even consider, and that's average order value. So let's say you have a great conversion rate, okay? You have hundreds of people buying your product, but they're only buying one product. You're not gonna be able to spend that much money on ads because you're gonna be running razor tight profit margins, or you might not even be profitable, okay? Some of the best brands that I had, it wouldn't have been profitable if my customers only bought one product, but I designed my website to make them buy 3, 4, 5, 6 products at a time. And that's what the average order value is. It's basically how much money is your customer spending with you. You need to optimize this to be the highest amount possible. Instead of spending 20 bucks, they should be spending 100 bucks, 200 bucks every single time they go on your website and buy anything. And this brings us to the last letter of the acronym CAL. First was conversion rate. Second was average order value. And this last one, I promise you, makes or breaks businesses. And no one thinks about this, okay? Only the big brands that are making millions of dollars actually optimize for this last one. And it's called lifetime value, or LTV for short. Let me tell you how Amazon has an LTV of $2,300. And let's say Amazon spends $1 million on a Super Bowl ad, and the first day they start getting sales from this Super Bowl ad, they only get $100,000 back. Now everyone's like, hey, why did you spend millions of dollars on that Super Bowl ad and you barely got anything back? Amazon knows their customers aren't just gonna buy one time. So yes, day one, they're unprofitable, okay? But then the next month, all those same customers come back and buy again, because no one just buys one thing from Amazon, okay? So then by month 2, they're profitable, and then month 3, they just keep adding up all these profits. So Amazon can spend a bunch of money getting new customers because they know the customers aren't buying one time. They're gonna keep buying, and they're just gonna keep compounding and growing. Amazon has an LTV, like I said, of $2,300, and that's why they're so successful. Most businesses, and probably yours, has an LTV of around 30 to 40 bucks, which means your customer only buys one time. Okay, you're one-nighting your customers. You never hear from them again. And if your customers are only buying from you one time, it's gonna put a lot of stress on your business, and your business will most likely fail. Think about it. Every single time you want sales, you have to spend money to go find new customers to get them to buy. So that's why me and my clients place heavy importance on boosting their LTV, not only their conversion rate, their average order value, but making sure we're also boosting the LTV. That's the entirety of the Catalyst backend system, making sure those 3 metrics are optimal and they're firing at the rate that they should be. Those are my 3 processes to scaling your e-commerce business to $100,000 a month, and the exact same processes that I use for my businesses every single time I start any type of brand. If you want help scaling your own e-commerce brand, and you have a brand, or you want to start a new brand and scale it to $100,000 a month, go ahead and hit me up on Instagram at Fred Sanders, and just DM me the word YouTube and I'll work with you one-on-one. Other than that, I hope you liked this video, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.